The 2022 PWBA season comes to a close tonight in Dallas. We started the year where it all began at the historic Cherry Bowl in Illinois and have traveled across the United States to bring the best of women's professional bowling to its greatest fans. We have crowned 10 champions in our 11 tournaments. We inducted a stellar class into the Hall of Fame, as well as adding another 2 PWBA major champions. Tonight, we crown a third at the PWBA Tour Championship, and it's next on CBS Sports Network. All right, Kel, let's check our playing conditions tonight and check the future for the sport oil pattern.
Thanks, Dave. The women bowled on 40 feet this week. The volume was very high, so just around 28 milliliters of oil. Scoring pace was very high, but because it's a medium-length pattern, you're going to see multiple styles on the telecast tonight. The straighter players on the right side will be firm and straight, somewhere around the track area, slightly inside. Then Zavala will be all the way going coast to coast from here to here. The outlier, of course, is Miss Shannon, our number 1 seed. She has all this oil on the left side. Her lines are going to be very straight in front, just a small tip up to the pocket as it shows very high scoring pace. Hopefully we have some of those great scores tonight on the telecast, Dave.
All right, Kelly, great breakdown. It is time to bowl here in Dallas. Lots of VIPs in the house. Season finale. Now let's meet the bowlers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 5 seed from Maumee, Ohio, Jordan Richard.
Jordan telling us yesterday, no better way to wrap up the season than to get a major championship. What an opportunity for the 5 seed. Just outside Toledo. Maumee, Ohio starts our night in Dallas. Perfect shot. Tattoos the 1-3 pocket for a strike.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 4 seed from Shiloh, Illinois, Shannon O'Keefe.
From just outside St. Louis, McKendree's head coach and national coach of the year, Shannon O'Keefe. Season for the ages in 2022. Can she win this event again? That's the question. Off to a good start.
Shannon does something so great. She constantly repeats. She's a 4-step approach. She does get the ball late in the swing, so to generate just that shoulder height here. Notice her eyes are dead set on her target moving forward. As she goes in, she has great leg strength, really drives into that shot, and as she's infamous for is that follow through all the way through to her back. Really gets great extension and power through the legs and the arm swing.
3rd time Player of the Year in the last 4 seasons. The award has been handed out. What a year again for O'Keefe. Left lane, different ball reaction and different result. To a 10.
Yeah, 40 feet now. I mentioned that the ratio is just above 3.5 to 1, so usually high scoring. I always talk about the indicator down here. This is 43 feet. The pattern stops here at 40 feet, so we're really looking for the ball to tip up somewhere around 3 or 4 feet past the end of the pattern. That ball gets outside the zone, hence the 2-8-10 lead.
Tough cover, and just gets 8. So loses count. Early open frame for Shannon after she strikes on the right lane.
The unique thing is that this pair was used during qualifying and all of match play. So the women are familiar with its tactics and what it really gives out to the lane. Fronts hook more, backs a little tighter, but it was one of the higher scoring pairs.
We saw Jordan on TV, U.S. Women's Open, South Glens Falls, New York, a month ago. No win there. Said it was yesterday, gained so much experience. And now try to use that experience, Kelly, with all your great wins in your Hall of Fame career. You got to learn to win on TV, right?
Exactly. The experience is there, traveling through 12 seasons. It adds up.
Kelly, any player rolls a 300 game during our telecast tonight will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and follow the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling.
I didn't think that was possible this week, the day with all the 9-pin leads
Lots
and
of
4-9 splits. But, Miss Plahowski did it, and so did Stephanie Zavala, 2 ladies on the show tonight.
Amazing. And Stephanie came really close with another 11 strikes before A split on her last attempt. Good start here. Jordan is definitely locked in early.
I watched her last block of match play, and she just bowled tremendous. She has so much power, and with everything she creates, she's got great ball roll. So here's where it says right around that 4 mark, you're going to see the ball just start to tip up slightly. There's a reason why those indicators are there. It does give a reference point to where the break point usually is, especially on a 40-foot pattern. You're going to see it change shape right there.
Early hole for Shannon O'Keefe.
Flat 10.
There's a 10 pin on the right lane. Shannon told us yesterday that even 2019, another one of her 3 Player of the Year seasons, when she won 5 times, she was more consistent this year. Would you agree with that?
I would. I spoke with her husband, Brian O'Keefe, earlier this evening, and I think her lowest place finish was 7th,
wow,
of which she only missed maybe 2 telecasts by a few pins. You know, 1 bad game along the way, but she's definitely been the dominant player here for the last 3 years on the Ladies Tour.
1 win this year. Twin Cities, watch out! Oh, goodness. So early stumbles here for Shannon, who's in the McKendree Bearcat purple and black as always, head coach of that women's team, and a little shocking result here, Kel, with 2 opens.
Yeah, we highlight her assets and everything, head on her target and everything. Oh, she knew she missed it. Not typical of her, of course.
So now the door is wide open. Look at that 45-pin lead early in our first match for Jordan Richard. O'Keefe tries to put that behind her and does strike in the left lane. All right, now let's see if Jordan can take advantage of this early lead. Looking for another. Has another. 10 pin goes down late. Tremendous start for Jordan Richard. Up by 55 pins on the Player of the Year.
5-step approach, big first step. Left arm goes out to the side. You can see her eyes just tilt down at the bottom. Now we look for this shape here. The left arm's in that balanced position again. Toes off the floor. Slide is starting just before the ball starts coming down, and I love Jordan's balance. She really gets there and she stabilizes everything at the end. And when you do that, when you post the shots, you're going to be within your target by a board every single time. Looks like the way she bowled yesterday in the last round of match play is just kind of rolling over into tonight's TV telecast.
Wow, look at the win probability there, Kel. 95+%. Looks for the front 5, 65-pin lead, left lane. How about some help? No help on the messenger.
I was ready.
So the 10-pin stands.
Yeah, she was looking for that 300 check early, I think.
Yeah. But still just a single pin spare conversion coming up.
Now, as you're watching, too, you notice you're bowling on twister pins. Twister pins are notoriously known for leaving a lot of 9 pins, 4 9s. Why that is, I'm not sure. But the pins do fly, but don't seem to fly everywhere, I guess.
Staying focused. Got the 10 pin. She told us yesterday, pretty big challenge facing the Player of the Year. And Shannon O'Keefe has been a role model for so many young bowlers like Jordan. Team USA experience, showing her the way on and off the lanes. It's not easy to bowl one of your heroes, right? I mean,
No.
on TV in the first match of a major, but she's got a big lead early here.
I think when the moment comes, everyone focuses on the pins.
That's right. O'Keefe. Low.
Well, the reaction she had in practice, unfortunately, is not the reaction she has right now, and that's what happens. They transition so quickly. 5 ladies bowling on the telecast for practice. You can see she's much straighter through the front, and what happens is when you miss left, you don't have that hold, so a little bit of angle is needed to create some type of stability and hold through the front and mid part of the lane.
Lot to shoot out here for Shannon, unfortunately. Cannot convert. So another open frame, and the struggles continue.
Brianna Cote,
right, going right down to the wire. Brianna winning 2 times this year. The only player to win twice. But no vote, all about the points. Shannon wrapped it up. A huge lead on Player of the Year, Shannon O'Keefe, who has not 1, not 2, but 3 open frames in the first 6. Is working on a strike, but in a big hole here midway through our first match. Stephanie Zaval, the 3rd seed, is next. Big hill to climb for the Player of the Year. Dave Ryan, Kelly Kulick, the Hall of Famer, our entire crew here in Dallas. Great to have you with us tonight. Season finale, 2022 PWBA Tour season.
You could tell she didn't like that shot. It popped up as soon as she let it go off her hand. Maybe a little too much time out of the commercial break, but gets lucky and leaves the 2-pin. This pattern was funny. Sometimes, you know, as high scoring as it was, really leaks out far to the right over here, so it's got such a long journey way to get back to the pocket. And because of it, left the 2-pin, but it was very easy to carry a 5-breaker as well as split.
Tough conditions. 2-pin and converts. And we asked Jordan last night, Cal, what would your grade be on your season? She said a B.
Yeah. Not
a B plus, not an A minus, but you got to get wins. You could vault that, couldn't you, up to at least an A with a win here tonight, right? I mean, there's so much on the line.
Yeah, well, in past seasons, we've had more events. This year, we kind of condensed it and puffed up the prize fund a little bit more. She's been very consistent throughout this season. She said she's been really close, the most consistent she's been in the few years she's been on the Ladies Tour. That's inside.
Commanding lead.
In trouble.
It's a high shot, yeah, exactly. The 3-6 up there for Jordan. So now the big lead. What's the mentality like? You know, at the commercial break, you're up by a lot of pins. How do you approach the second half of the match?
Well, you just have to go in and do exactly what you did the night before. You know, take one shot at a time. The mindset is, I kind of talk about the word stay. Stay in the moment, stay in the frame, stay in the shot, stay in the game, and finish the match and so forth. So that one got a little ahead of her. First time she's really missed inward where there isn't much hold. Mistakes have to be somewhat to the right. Converts to spare, though.
Stays clean. Spare in the 7th frame and still a big lead. O'Keefe works on a strike in her 7th. Beat Missy Parkin as the 4 seed Twin Cities Classic for her 15th title. Getting number 16 is going to be really tough here tonight. But there's a strike, shows some life here in our first match.
Shannon working on a double, looking for 3 in a row. She can max out for 207, still down by 59.
Okay. Tap on the 10-pin late.
Shannon gets realigned. Sliding 19-20, about 11 at the arrows. She's just on the outside of that tracer. Ball goes through the 9-pin pretty well. Unfortunately, the early mishaps might not hurt her too much. We'll see how Jordan does with a max of 256.
Richard, right lane.
Plows through the pins, Dave.
Wow. Crushes that 1-3 pocket. Those pins, Kelly, you know what I'm going to say. They had no chance.
They had no chance.
Whatsoever. Through 8 frames.
Get the broom. It's a sweep. Watch the ball. Split the 8-9. Best sound you can hear in bowling, that crispness of the ball hitting the pins and 10 going straight back in the pit.
Well, she told us yesterday I needed a miracle in that last 8-game block to get to the 5th spot and make the show. She bowled so well late. Made a lot of adjustments with her tour reps. The last 8 games. Otherwise, she's not on the show. And here she is closing in on a win over Shannon O'Keefe, the Player of the Year.
Yeah, she's got it secured now. So Jordan and Richard will go on to face our number 3 seed, Stephanie Zavala.
She was the 2 seed at the U.S. Women's Open and lost to champion Erin McCarthy. Erin beat Danielle McEwen in the championship match. Climbed the ladder. Capital Region of New York State. So this one's over. And although it will be disappointing for Shannon O'Keefe, and by the way, happy birthday to Bryant yesterday,
yes.
And Shannon Blahowski on the same day. It was a big day here in Dallas.
And Susanna from Japan.
Right.
It was her birthday, 34.
I mean, so many birthdays.
A lot of celebrations here in August.
But what a year for O'Keefe. We certainly congratulate her on Player of the Year. And
She may not have secured as many wins with only the one victory in Minnesota. However, like I said, Dave, she never finished lower than 7th place.
Amazing.
All season long. That is probably a record that will sustain for a very, very long time.
7 championship round appearances, including tonight here in Dallas. But her season over. She'll focus on McHenry, the defending national champs, next as the head coach, and Team USA as well. Jordan Richard has knocked off Shannon O'Keefe. One step closer to that trophy here in Dallas. Stephanie Zavaldo is next. Here on CBS Sports Network, great PWBA bowling.